Welcome to Crazy Joe's Galaxy. I'm Snow Bali, and this is Big Dog Jimmy. Crazy Joe is sleeping right now. It is Monday night after midnight here, after Monday Night Raw happened and went down. So this is our full show review, our thoughts and opinions, reaction, and all that other jazz about what happened, what we thought was the highlight of the night, and what we thought was the low point of the night, what we thought could have been not on the show, and what we thought could have made the show better if we decided anything could have made it better. As better as weather. So, like the snow. I love the snow. So Monday Night Raw, January 25th, down in Miami, Florida in 2016, kicked off with none other than the chairman, Mr. McMahon, Vince McDaddy, and his daughter, Stephanie McMahon. They end up strutting this stuff on it, going down to the ring. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree with it. It's 2016 and we're opening shows with Vince McMahon and Stephanie. The authority is still going on strong. Yeah, it's stronger than ever. I agree with that. It's like, because Triple H is the champion. I know that's why you said it. Yep, he is the game. And Stephanie does say that, and then eventually they have Triple H come out after they talk and go on and talk. So Triple H comes out and he goes, "I am the game," and he talks and talks, and he says that he doesn't have to be the champ, but he wants to be the champ, and it's like, you're 46 years old. Shouldn't somebody in their 30s or 20s be the champion and going to headline WrestleMania instead of the CEO or COO, the COO, the CEO's son-in-law? Shouldn't somebody else be going to headline it as the champion against somebody else? But whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to watch it anyways. I'm going to have fun watching Triple H as the champion whenever he defends the belt, because apparently he's doing a run like Brock Lesnar, because Stephanie tells us after Triple H what goes on and on. Yeah, I do like Stephanie being out there more than Triple H. So, I agree with you on that. Because she's Stephanie, and she's always fun to watch. The game. Yeah, I always thought he was a B-plus player. I never thought Triple H was an A-plus. Especially, Shawn Michaels was an A-plus. The Rock. John Cena. Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin was definitely an A-plus player, along with Bret Hart. But anyway, so Stephanie ends up telling us that tonight at the end of the show they're going to let us know who is going to main event Fastlane. Whoever, and that main event at Fastlane is the number one contendership match to face the champion Triple H at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, Texas. So Triple H will not be defending his title at all until WrestleMania 32. So his first title defense will be at WrestleMania 32. I think that's kind of bogus after he won it at the Royal Rumble being number 30, Well, yeah, I agree with you. He is the game and he can do what he wants and decide when he wants to chant. Decide he could wait till SummerSlam like you just said. But I would be pretty pissed. I think a lot of people would be angry if it didn't get defended at WrestleMania 32. That'd be a travesty. So anyways, we go on to Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. You like Dolph Ziggler a lot, huh? He wants me to do his hair like Dolph Ziggler, and he wants me to buy him a pair of tights like Dolph Ziggler. I'm like, no, I like Kevin Owens, and I'm glad he won with the pop-up powerbomb on Dolph Ziggler tonight. So that was a fun match, entertaining, back and forth, a lot of action craziness. He's upset. He wanted to see the zigzag down to Kevin Owens and see Dolph Ziggler grind his hips and shake him all about and stick his butt in the crowd's face and be all, cheering and happy, because when Dolph wins, he does this thing where he points at his ass or something like that. So, next up we have the Social Outcasts. Well, we actually have Flo Rida there. His theme song, his song, My House, I believe it is WrestleMania 32's one of their theme songs for the show. So he'll probably be performing My House at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, Texas. So if you like Flo Rida, you'll probably get to see him perform there. So Social Outcasts end up calling Flo Rida out. He ends up getting into the ring. His security was going to jump in with him, those posse or crew, but then they didn't. So then he goes in and they have a rap battle, and I thought that was pretty awesome. You wanted to see Flo Rida beat them all down. I wanted to see the social outcast lay the smackdown on Flo Rida. But they end up going back and forth. I thought Bo Dallas did an awesome job with his rap battle. I thought that was a lot of fun and really cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, the whole social outcast crew there with Heath Slater, Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, and Curtis Axel. You know, Heath Slater is the man, the Red Dragon. So Flo Rida ends up calling out the Dudley Boys to come and fight Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel for him. So he's at ringside. The Dudleys end up getting the better of the social outcasts. So I'm like, oh, these old dudes who've been around for 20 years, yes, I like the Dudleys like 5, 10 years ago. I do enjoy the Dudleys still, but more like kind of be the gatekeepers to the tag team belts. Like, you want to get to the tag team championships, you got to go through the Dudleys to get to the tag team champions, kind of thing. Like, and also beat the Usos as well to get to the New Day. You know what I mean? So Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel end up losing when the Dudley Death Drop is done to Curtis Axel, and there was some confusion as to who was legal, but Devon got the pinfall. But during the match, there were some cool things that happened. Bo Dallas started a bow train, which was awesome. I loved the bow train. Bow train, oh, bow train. What? You gonna slap me because I'm doing that? No, I'm gonna pimp slap you if you keep it up. I'm gonna put you outside in the snow. You ain't gonna like that. You know that. I know I'll be finding a bunch of yellow stuff outside if I do put you out in the snow, though. That is lemonade in the fridge. It better be lemonade in the fridge. I'm going to have to check that out soon. So then, after the bow train and whatnot, Heath Slater ends up yelling at the Dudleys up on the apron. Flo Rida dumps Heath Slater into the ring. Then Devon ends up hitting the what's up onto Heath Slater, which I thought was horrible. I like Heath Slater a lot. I want to see him as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion at some point. And actually, I was pretty pissed off that he wasn't in the Royal Rumble. Heath Slater, Bo Dallas, and Adam Rose were not in the Royal Rumble in 2016. That was a bunch of crap. I think they should have been in there. Heath Slater should have won that shit. So, then we end up, after that whole match and all that happened, AJ Styles is interviewed backstage, and he ends up starting to talk, and then Chris Jericho ends up interrupting, and then there we find out that AJ Styles will be fighting Chris Jericho in his debut match on Monday Night Raw, which was epic. That was the highlight of the night. The best moment of the night was when Chris Jericho lost to AJ Styles via the roll-up. Yeah, he didn't hit the Styles Clash, but he hit his Pele kick, the spinning kick that he does, that wizard kick. Man, that thing is awesome. I've always enjoyed seeing AJ Styles do that, from Ring of Honor to New Japan Pro Wrestling to TNA, the place where WWE will not name, Impact Wrestling. AJ Styles was awesome over there and everywhere else that he went and wrestled at. And I'm very excited for AJ Styles to be there, and I am looking forward to the day when we can say AJ Styles is a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You don't think that'll ever happen? You're crazy, Big Dog Jimmy. No, you're not crazy. Crazy Joe's crazy. Yes, I know. He's a crazy-ass dude. Yes, I love the snow, and that's why I'm Snow Bali. Snow Bali, doing it in the Bali. Snow Bali, I want to go to Maui. So then, after AJ Styles wins his debut match, we end up having Sasha Banks as the boss from Boston, Massachusetts. She's one of my favorite divas on the roster. I love that pink hair. That drives me crazy. And Big Dog Jimmy going up a tree. He was going nuts during Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. That was awesome. Sasha Banks is about to win it with the bank statement, but then Charlotte comes and attacks Sasha, and Becky beats down Becky Lynch. Sasha and Charlotte end up fighting. Charlotte ends up getting the upper hand and standing tall over Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. I'm hoping that we have Sasha Banks versus Charlotte at Fastlane and then get a triple threat of Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks for the WWE Divas Championship at WrestleMania 32. I want a triple threat at WrestleMania 32 with Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks to win it. Because that would be epic. So, I know I like Becky Lynch. I want her to be the Divas Champion, but I want Sasha Banks to the boss. I love that girl. She's an awesome woman. I mean, she ain't no girl. She's a wicked, awesome woman. So then we go to Goldust in the back with R-Truth. Goldust is listening to music. R-Truth shows up, and he wants to form a tag team with R-Truth, but R-Truth gets confused and thinks that Goldust is gay, that he wants to start a homophobic gay relationship with him. R-Truth got confused by the way the words came out of Goldust's mouth. Goldust wanted to start a tag team called Gold and Truth, but R-Truth got confused and freaked out and ran off because he's married and he ain't gay. So, yeah, I know I could have done without that. That could have been done a lot better. I thought that was kind of distasteful, personally. So anyways, I would like to see them as a tag team, but I thought that was kind of distasteful. It's like, what the hell was that? So then we go on to Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, the leader of the Wyatt family. Follow the Buzzes versus Kane, the big red demon. Blah, blah, blah. So that's, so Bray Wyatt ends up whooping Kane's ass, and he ends up beating him. He hits Sister Abigail on Kane for the 1-2-3. He takes him out. He dominated him. He destroyed Kane. And the Wyatt family ends up beating the crap out of Kane after the match. And the Wyatt family stand tall over a beaten, broken, and battered Kane. I kind of have a feeling that either at Fastlane or at WrestleMania 32, we're going to see some kind of 8-man tag where it's the Wyatt family versus Kane and Undertaker and 2 other guys. I hope not. I really don't want to see the Undertaker in a tag team match at WrestleMania 32, but I got a feeling we're going to get one anyways where some other tag team, I don't know what tag team, but some tag team is going to join up with Kane and The Undertaker to take on the Wyatt family at WrestleMania 32. But anything could happen. We could get Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. We could get Bray Wyatt and Braun versus Brock in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Braun versus Brock Lesnar. You get Harper and Rowan versus Kane and Undertaker. Who knows what's going to happen now? Because I'm really confused coming out the Rumble as to what's going to happen at WrestleMania 32 with matches. Especially with all the injuries. That sucked. John Cena getting injured. Seth Rollins getting injured. Cesaro, Tyson Kidd. There's just big ass list of injured dudes. So anyways, after Bray Wyatt dominates Kane, we end up having the mystery return. Is The Miz in the limo? There was a limo out backstage for a while, and it was The Miz? Really? They had all that hype and build up for The Miz? He was only gone for a couple of weeks, and he was at the Rumble. So there was no return. Oh wait, no. It's a huge ass truck. Is that Stone Cold in that truck? No, it's The Rock. The Rock returns on Monday Night Raw in Miami. It was awesome. So Rick Ross was backstage. The Rock talked to Rick Ross after he punked out The Miz by telling him to go park his truck. The Rock ends up talking to Lana and reminding Lana of back when they had met prior to when he beat up Rusev, about how Lana and him had spent a night in a hotel and whatnot doing yoga and stuff. That raises quite a few eyebrows there. So what's happening with that whole thing there between the two of them? The crowd chants for The Rock. Actually, before he ran into Lana, he ran into the Big Show and talked about the Rumble, where The Rock won, what the Big Show should have won, and then him with all these movies, and blah, 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 blah. Big Show got sad, blah, blah, blah. He broke a laptop, blah, blah, blah. The Rock, yes, yes, yes. So The Rock ended up showing up when Rusev was talking. The Rock was talking to Lana, and Rusev showed up, and The Rock left. He went out there to the crowd. Crazy pop, crazy awesome. The Rock was talking. there were these dudes at ringside. He talked to them and whatnot. One was dressed up as Undertaker, Hogan, The Rock, and then the Macho Man Randy Savage, and the guy's impersonation, the voice that he did of Macho Man Randy Savage was just horrible. The Macho Man Randy Savage, ooh yeah, dig it, sucker. He didn't say sucker like Booker T, but I always snap into a Slim Jim, Macho Man Randy Savage. Anyways, it sounds like Macho Man in my head, so I don't know if it does to you. Let me know down below. So the New Day come out and they end up getting into it with The Rock, and that was epic, awesome. They did an amazing job hanging with The Rock on the mic. They got ill mic skills. He calls their unicorn horns llama penises. It's like, are they trying to kill off selling the unicorn horns by calling them llama penises to where people that are wearing them who want to make fun of a person, like, you're wearing a llama penis. I mean, like, seriously, like, what the hell is that? Like, it was interesting enough as it being a unicorn horn, you know, and then he calls it a llama penis. So it could have done without that. That was, I thought, really distasteful and, like, not even funny at all. My mom thought that shit was hilarious, and Big Dog Jimmy was freaking out laughing his ass off because he'd seen llama penises before. I don't know why. At the zoo, when you were at the zoo, you seen llama penises? Also, when you were in down in Australia and Africa, where they have llamas, apparently. Really? I never knew you were in Africa or Australia before. When did you go? Before you met Crazy Joe, huh? That's interesting. So then we go to another Divas match with Paige and Natalya versus Brie, Bella, and Alicia Fox. And this was an awesome tag team match. Really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Thought it was a lot of fun. Paige ends up winning with the Rampage on Brie Bella. I feel like something else had, like there was some kind of, something happened besides that. I don't know. Anyway, so The Miz versus Kalisto, the new United States champion, is Kalisto. Kalisto is a two-time United States champion, and last night it was two Mexicans fighting for the U.S. title. Very interesting. So Kalisto ends up beating The Miz with a crazy Selena Del Gomez onto The Miz. It was a fun match. Then we go to the main event with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus the League of Dumb Nations. Sheamus and Rusev out of the crew end up fighting Dean Ambrose and Roman. It ends up being a fun match. Roman Reigns wins it with a spear after he was broke kicked by Sheamus. It was craziness. Then at the end of it, Dean and Roman grab Rusev and they do a double powerbomb to him through the announcer's table. And then Stephanie comes out and she announces the main event for Fastlane is going to be Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match. The winner goes to WrestleMania to headline versus Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He's calling it for Brock Lesnar. I'm calling it for Roman Reigns. I don't know what Crazy Joe's going to go with when he gets up, you know, what his thoughts and opinions are on that. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Snow Bali out. Big Dog Jimmy needs to go get some sleep.